In this demonstration video, we are going to show you how to manage test cases by using labels in IDA. This new feature helps you to better categorize and filter test cases by their labels in the pipeline. First, let's start by creating a sample testing project. Click Import Project. Choose Import Sample Project. Choose a dev server. The process app will be populated with Herring sample. Click Import. Okay, now the sample project has been created with the name Herring Sample 4231. Let's click it. And you can see a list of test suites here. Click each test suite, reviews some test cases. Now let's check how to add labels to a single test case. Let's click to expand the test suite, create position request. Click case 1. And you can find the labels icon here. Click it. It will bring up a test input field where we can add labels to this test case. You may enter any words or phrases to this test case. Just remember to press the enter key when you finish entering a new label. Let's try to add 2 labels to this test case. The first one, dev, to indicate this test case can be run in the dev environment. And the second one, check main, to indicate it can be run against the main check of the process application. And click Done to save it. And now you can see these 2 labels are saved and displayed right below the test suite name, Create Position Request. Suppose the process application has a new feature check called Feature 1, and we want to develop a new test case to run against this new check. We can develop the new test case based on case 1. So let's clone case 1 by clicking the Clone button here. And OK. After the new test case is copied from case 1, let's click to Open. And then we can modify it to incorporate changes in the new check. We can also add 2 labels to it. First label, dev. As you may notice, when we tap D or T in the text input, labels that have been added to other test cases are listed to provide autocomplete suggestions. We could just choose it. The second one, check feature 1. Enter and click Done. Besides editing the labels to a single test case, we can also manage multiple test cases labels in one shot. Click on the test project name on the left side menu bar here. To go to Test Project Dashboard, we can see the list of all test cases on the dashboard. Test case labels are listed in the Labels column, which can be used to filter test cases. You could just search here. Let's have a try. For example, dev. The test cases with the label dev will be displayed here. Let's now add some labels to 3 test cases in the same suite, Standard HR Open New Position. Select these 3 test cases and click Labels. And let's add 2 labels. First one, dev. Second one, check main. Yes, and click Save Labels. We can see that test case labels are refreshed and displayed in the Labels column. If we select the test cases that have labels, we have 5 here, and click Labels button, we can see the labels that all test cases have are colored blue, whereas not all test cases are colored gray. Let's deselect case 1, underline 1, and we can find both of the labels are colored blue now. Let's try to rename check main by deleting it and then adding a new label main. Let's have a try. First, delete it and add a new label main. Okay, and save labels. and you can see it's all changed here. After we finish editing the test case labels, let's check how to use these labels in the pipeline. On the pipeline page, click List, Create Pipeline. Yes, we are going to create a pipeline to run against the main check of the process application. So first, let's enter a name for this pipeline. I'll just use the name test label. Here it is. And click this icon, Import from Template. Click Import. And now a pipeline has been quickly set up. And let's click on Stage Development to configure the dev server. Here, let's use this one. And choose the process app herring sample, as we know. And we can see the check main, yes, and click Save. Now let's go to the test step and choose the project we created previously. And under the option Include by Labels, again we have all the test cases in this test project. And we need to select labels dev and main, as we only want to include test cases that can be run against the dev environment and main check of the process app. So let's choose dev and main. All right, so as you can see, the list of test cases filtered based on labels. Only test cases that have all the selected labels are included. And we have included test cases, case 1, approve case, exist case, and reject case. Now let's click Save. All right, this step has been finished. Now next, let's configure the test stage. We need to select a QA server. Yes, and click Save. And go to test step, similar as before. Here it is, and click Save. Now let's click Save button to create the pipeline. To validate the actual test cases that are run in the pipeline, let's click the Run button to start a pipeline run and wait for it to finish. It will take a while, so for demo use, we'll just cut it and move it to the report session. But let's click Run first. Run. Okay, now that the pipeline run is completed, let's move it to the bottom of this page and click the name 1 here to see the final report. Specifically the test report. Let's click here and we can see in the summary and the statistics section, we can see that all 3 test cases of test suite, standard HR open new position here are run, and 1 test case under create position request CSHS is run. No test case under requisition CV validation is run. And through the test case details, we can have further verify the name of test cases that have been run. Let's take a look. For this one, the name is case 1, it's passed. Requisition CV validation, there's no test case is run or passed. And for standard HR open new position, 3 test cases are run and passed. This demonstrates that the pipeline can dynamically select test cases to run based on their labels. So later in the future, when we develop and add more test cases to our test project and want to include them in the pipeline, we can simply do so by adding labels to them. Similarly, we can exclude test cases from the pipeline by removing their labels. Very easy. There's no need to edit the pipeline's test step anymore. All right. So in summary, it is easy for IDA users to manage test case labels and flexible to include test cases in pipeline using their labels. Thank you for watching.